try to take the dually today to the shop. Just gotta make sure it starts. But I gotta play musical chairs first, or should I say musical trucks. Gotta get the dually over here. Also gonna need my weld wire. Hopefully, starts right up. Yep. Let's go see how much it costs to fill this bitch up. I love the way this thing sounds. Woo! Fuck, this thing's too fast for its own good. Alright, we just hit low fuel, so we're basically on empty on this. I think it's a 60-gallon tank. By Titan fuel tanks, baby! Yeah, I'm actually doing this at a really good time. Like, fuel has been stupid cheap because nobody's driving. You know, this whole get sick virus shit. This is a 60+ gallon tank by Titan Fuel Tanks. I'm gonna see how much it costs to fix up 60 gallons. 60+ gallons. It's only $2.50 a gallon. I think even regular's only $1.59 right now in Georgia. This is gonna take a minute. It's like, what's most average trucks, right? 16 gallons, 25 gallons. Diesel trucks, I know Ford's got a 40-gallon option now from the factory. It's like a 40-gallon tank option. I think that's what Justin has, like 38, 40 gallons. That's a good bit, right? But 60 fucking gallons? I think that's gonna take a minute. I guess I'll tell a story while I'm waiting. Man, I've been thinking about my grandfather a lot. You know, he passed away, no, it was the year before. It's 2018, he passed away in 2018. He was the one who taught me how to weld and do all that kind of crazy stuff, right? He's been on my mind a lot, but not even in a sad way, which is even weirder, right? Like, that's what you think you'd miss about someone, but, man, I kind of feel like, and this is gonna sound crazy, especially if you're not religious or spiritual or any of that crap, man, it's like I feel him. It's like I feel him with me. It's crazy. It's not even been like a sad kind of missing. I've had a bunch of like weird like little here's and there, things happened, and then I had this dream the other day, man, that it was like he was there with me. The dream was so vivid and clear, I can see it like I can see everything else around me right now. That's how crystal clear this picture was. I was at my shop messing around with two-bender, this is my dream, and I look up and my grandfather's staring me right in the face. I go from looking up from whatever I'm doing to his whole face, chest up kinda, filling my field of view. We're about halfway there, by the way. And he's wearing his same flannel t-shirts that he always wears, but he's really thin in this dream. I mean, really thin. He's always been a big guy. He'd had diabetes for a long time. He's kind of a bigger guy, hard-working man, liked to eat sugar. But he was looking at me in my dream, and he was super thin. Never seen my grandfather super thin. And he only said one thing to me. He said, "Looking good, Dan." And then I woke up. Kind of strange, right? Not that that has any significance to you guys. I just felt like I'd share a story since I got a second. Still filling up. Am I gonna run this pump out of fuel? Wow. I think I ran the diesel pump dry. All right, it literally stopped pumping at $99. I've never pumped more than that at one time, so I don't know if that's a stop. Like, hey, you can't go over $99, otherwise it makes you redo it. So I'm gonna try one more time. We're at 38 gallons at $99. All right, we got it pumping again. We left at 38 gallons at $100. To give you an idea, that is the fuel tank right here. It starts here, runs all the way back. Look at that, Titan fuel tank, baby. Even got that skid plate on it. 60 galones, which I think is Spanish for quarts. Man, Phillips are gonna take forever now. What? Is it full? Did you overfill? I did already have some in here. All right, so we're able to put about 13 more gallons in at $32 more. So $100 plus $30, $130 puts us right at about 50 gallons. The amount of gallons that we put in before makes sense. I think we had like 5 or 8 gallons. I could probably sit there and keep topping it off until it was 100% full, but I think I'm gonna call it. What does our fuel gauge say? 3/4 of the way full. Okay, good enough for me. Good enough for Jesus, good enough for me. 32 galones. Way too much goddamn freedom. I don't know if this thing will fit here. Oh yeah, this is all fine. That's fine. I'm a little skeptical on this thing fitting, to be honest. But she will fit. That is great news, which means that she'll fit in the Mustang's bay. All right, so I've been working on the Mustang pretty much like all day, and you'll see that in a different video. But the good news is that the dually fits, right? Like, I'm pretty stoked about that because I was genuinely concerned that it wasn't gonna fit. That's a big ass door, but that's a big ass truck. I'm not gonna do any work on this because I've been doing work on the Camaro, or kind of wanted to just bring it to the shop and leave it here because I'm not gonna be doing the work on this thing at my house. No, like the whole reason I got the shop is so I could do work here. So I will be doing the work on the dually here. That's why I brought it here. It will stay here while I work on it until I can get it registered. I may have driven it uninsured all the way here. That would be super illegal, and we didn't do that. But let's talk about shit we need to do, right? Like the dually's got a lot of stuff we need to do to it. Headlights kinda don't work. Don't know why. Probably simple plug and play stuff. It's got a couple of main issues that I need to figure out, and this is where my diesel guys are gonna come in. Help me the fuck out. So sometimes if I go to crank it for the first time, it's been sitting for a minute, I have to cycle the key a fucking bunch to get it to go, to get it to crank. But cranks right up every time. So no crank, like it won't start, it won't turn over, like the starter's not engaging. But if I cycle the key enough, I can get it to engage and start its thing. So I gotta do that like 20-ish times before it'll start on a cold start. On top of that, it's still doing the weird shut-off issue, which I think is like Stabilitrack or power steering related. It only happens after like the first couple of minutes after it's been turned on and I'm driving it. It doesn't happen after that, but it'll cut out once on me. It's always when I'm in the middle of a turn, I'll be turning and it'll kill itself. And then I can put it into neutral and start it right back up. So that's another thing. Don't know why. Interior wise, we got a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff in here that needs to be fixed. All this stuff probably needs to be redone. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna pull out the headliner and just start over. There's a couple wrinkles from when I did it the first time, and this headliner's been in and out a bunch, so the quality is not as good as it could be, but I think I'm gonna redo the headliner. I might can do this myself. I think this might be something I'd be willing to take on and do myself. I have the repair piece already. Magnum Collision and I are still good to go. Like, a lot of people were unsure if Magnum Collision and I had like a falling out because of the truck. No, that's not it at all. We just couldn't figure out the problem, so we sent it to another place. They couldn't figure out the problem, so we sent it to another place, and so on and so forth. You guys understand how that goes, man. It's just one of the responsibilities that you take on when buying a vehicle that was this wrecked. Because remember, we did frame swap, touched everything, and I do mean everything. But no, Magnum and I are cool. We good, dog. They said that they would still gladly do this part for me. Part of me really wants to see if I can do it myself. It's the whole fucking point of me doing this. So I'm not afraid to take on shit like body work. It's so I can learn. So I don't know, that's up in the air. Top of that, I think what I'd like to do is all the interior molding. You know, I know the dash is still brown, the center console is still kind of brown. Even though that I did like the tan and black leather seats, center console, like this is still like a brown leather here and there, and it doesn't really work with the black. So I think I'm also gonna pull the door panels off and either stain them or dye them or do more vinyl on top of it, like reupholster it, or just get new door panels or make my own. I don't know, but that's the point on that. This is really good news though. My seats work. That's a big deal for me because this truck basically had a stroke when all the electrical issues, we couldn't figure it out. Like I said, it does have 2 brand new batteries. It's not voltage related. And I would say that sounds like a bad ground, but it only happens once early on when I first start the truck. I really should put an exhaust on this thing, like ASAP. It basically just dumps out of this thing right here. I still have my bumper, use my bumper. I still like the way my bumper looks. Gotta go get that from Magnum this week. Still like the grill that I made, which actually I think is here. I think it's in my pots room. Hello, grill, are you in here? Oh my goodness, grill. Oh, look at all these grills. I have so many grills. Thank you for coming to DOITWITHDAN's Grillman. Oh, what's this? I forgot about this. My Rhino hitch. I got that from Rhino Hitch. I met them at SEMA, and they hooked it the fuck up with one of these dope Rhino hitches. So that's gotta go on this thing. Brakes are good, taillights work. Need to work on the headlights. I think the best thing for me to do is basically just rip out everything on the interior, trying to just start over. Is that ridiculous? I do this more times than I should, but like, it's been a year since I worked on this thing and my idea of quality has changed. So I'm still gonna, I got so much stuff to do. These are my 3 project vehicles. As you can tell, they each have their own level of fucked. A little fucked, a lot of fucked, and what the fuck. Ugh. Oh, you want to look at all this shit. I don't even pretend to know how all this wiring goes. I know that there's like a cover for this, but I highly doubt it's just chilling up in here. No big deal. Looking brand new, everybody. Not to even mention the trim has to be completely removed. I'm doing a chrome delete. Gonna make my own Denali logo. Rear bumper still needs to be made. Roof rack still needs to be made. The bed rack still needs to be made. God, there's so much more work to do on this thing. And it's so big, so it requires so much more of my attention. And I'll be real, the comments are pretty like fucking supportive about the dually. They're like, hey man, we're so excited to see the dually. And I get that, dude. I'm excited to see the dually too. It's really hard for me to be stoked about the dually being here because I've been working on this. And a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Dan, it's just a Fox body. What do you give a shit, you know? You have 2 way cooler vehicles you're working on. And while I agree with you, I've been waiting to do work in here for so long that I don't want to stop doing work. I don't want to stop doing this kind of stuff because it's been like such a long time coming on. You guys will see there's been a bunch of shit that I've done on this thing that you guys haven't seen yet. I was gonna get a new tailgate, but I think I'll just make one. I think I'll just make my own tailgate and bumper. But yeah, man. We're back on the dually full fuck, right? I just don't know where to begin. So I guess I'll tackle that next week. Also, before I kind of wrap this video up, my buddy Justin and I, you guys know Justin. Anyway, his firearms lawyer invited me and him out to go do this like tactical trainings course with this go-to firearm safety guys. I'm gonna be uploading that video on both my channel and Rap Life. They're gonna be completely different versions. The one on Rap Life is gonna be super quick and entertaining and fun. And then the one on my channel is gonna be a little bit more educational. I'm really into this whole learning process. You know, I wanna share my knowledge. I wanna share other people's knowledge with you guys. That's my favorite part about the internet is that you can come on here and you can come on here and you can learn anything you want. But that's my favorite part, right? Is that you can log on to the online and then just learn a bunch of shit. So be prepared for that. I also have a video discussing the Mustang coming up very soon, basically like the whole play-by-play because I've finally made some really big dick decisions on that thing that you guys are probably gonna actually love. It's some wild shit. So we'll go into that in the next video. All that good stuff, but Laura's actually on the way to come and pick me up so I can go home and relax since I have to leave the dually here. She's gotta come and get me in the Ram. But do me a favor, man, comment below to say how stoked you are about having the dually back on the channel. A lot of you guys were super supportive last time. I could not be happier with the amount of support that we've gotten. It's just gonna keep going, man. Do me a favor, man. Do that like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit that nobody really wants to do. And we'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah, also, Custom Offsets is sending me some wheels and lift and some tires for the Ram. So that'll probably be going on soon as well. So just be cautious for that. It's a completely different style of wheel that I would normally never go with, but I'm interested to see how it turns out. Yeah.